Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, however this reaches you, whenever this reaches you. I go by the name Big Papita. This is my channel. Like I says, like I always say, I'm not a union representative. I'm just a member like you. Today, we're going to go over Article 6. Last video we covered Section 1, Section 2. So now we're going to go to communication devices. This is under Section 2. The exception to Section 1 shall apply to employees who use a communication device while driving or operating vehicles or mobile equipment. Employees who violate this policy shall be disciplined on a separate track as follows. For the first violation, the employer will issue a final written warning. B. The second violation in a 12-month period shall result in termination. For purposes of this section, employees using the onboard unit while driving or operating vehicles shall receive discipline consistent with progressive discipline as outlined in Section 1 of this article. So, in other words, be careful with the communication devices, meaning the phones, Bluetooth devices, and you want to be careful with the Fuse tablet, right? Because the Fuse tablet, I don't think they treat it the same as a cellular phone or them catching you on a Bluetooth device. However, it's tricky with this thing. It says that let me read that again. For purposes of this section, employees using the on-board unit while driving or operating vehicles shall receive discipline consistent with progressive discipline as outlined in Section 1 of this article. So, just be careful. Just be careful, because even though the tablet may not be the same as like a cell phone or some kind of Bluetooth device that they catch you on, it still can lead to some form of discipline. So there's that. Section 3 of Article 6. Notification. Employees to whom written warning notices are issued must sign the warning notice to attest only to the fact that they have received a copy of said warning notice. The employer agrees to notify the union within 48 hours by telephone, regular and or certified mail or fax, or if a non-workday, as soon as possible, when any regular employee is terminated or suspended for any reason. So, when you are issued a warning, when they hand you the warning, they call you into the office and they say, hey, you know what? Come inside. We need you to sign this paper. What this paperwork is saying is, by you signing the warning doesn't mean that you agree to the warning. It's just simply saying that, hey, they issued me this warning on this day, and I just noticed. Basically, you witnessed them giving you the warning. It doesn't mean anything other than that. Whether you sign it or you don't sign it, it doesn't matter. But if you do sign it, it doesn't mean like it's an admission of guilt. It's just that you received a whatever discipline that was. And that the company has to notify the union when they give out a warning or discipline within that time period stated, which is 48 hours. Section 4, probationary employees. Notwithstanding the foregoing, the employer will have the right to discharge or terminate without cause any employee during the first 90 continuous work days of their employment, if said employee is not satisfactory to the employer. Any such discharge or termination will not constitute a grievance against the employer and will not be subject to the provisions of Article 7 of this agreement, which means if you're a new employee to the company, you're at the whatever the company decides, that's up to the company. It has nothing to do with the union, has nothing to do with any kind of anything that's in the side of this book. So for 90 days, pretty much get it together. If not, then the company, they're gonna make their decision. So that has nothing to do with this book. All right. So Section 5, right to protest. The union will have the right to investigate the discipline or discharge of any regular employee covered by this agreement and may protest any such discipline or discharge believed by the employee and or the union to be unjustified, provided the employee or employees involved voluntarily consent in writing to said protest by the union. Any such protest must be submitted for settlement as provided for in Article 7 of this agreement. Any protest not submitted for settlement as provided will be waived for all purposes. Time limits can be extended by mutual agreement. Let's just say if they give you a warning, you sign a warning, you don't agree to it, and you feel like it was unjustified that they gave you this warning, you have a right to protest. You have a right to go against what that warning that was issued out to you. You have a right to, of course, you have to put it in writing that you are, filing a grievance. So if you have a your local union steward, you go to them and you ask them, hey, do you have a grievance sheet? I'm trying to file a grievance. In the event that they may not have a paper, you still could put in a written statement what you disagree with about the warning and why you're fighting it. So that's basically what Section 5 is saying. You had a right to protest. So keep that in mind. If you feel unjustified whenever you get some kind of discipline, you have a right to go against it, especially if you feel that it's without merit or it's unjustified. Section 6, warning notice period. All right, so a warning notice for accidents and operation liabilities as herein provided shall not remain in effect for a period of more than 12 months from the date said warning notice is delivered to the employee. A warning notice for general work rules, absenteeism / tardiness, and non-vehicular incidents as herein provided shall not remain in effect for a period of more than 9 months from said date. Of more than 9 months from the date said warning notice is delivered to the employee. Okay. You have 12 months that it stays, I guess, on your record. Right? It stays in effect. Let's just say the period of whenever these rules, right? All of these rules that we spoke about earlier, they only, when it comes to accidents and operations liabilities, they cannot hold that against you for more than 12 months. When it comes to non-vehicular incidents, when it comes to absenteeism / tardiness, general work rules, that cannot stay on your record longer than 9 months. Do you follow me? Like if I hit something or I damage a gate, that's going to stay for 9 months. If I have a vehicle to vehicle accident, that's going to stay on my record for 12 months. Hopefully there's some clarity right there. Now with the absenteeism, tardiness, the tardies, they fall off after 9 months. right? So so that completes Article 6. Next article is Article 7, which is grievance and arbitration. We're going to do Section 1, probably Section 1 and Section 2, and that's it because, oh no, might as well do Section 2 and Section 3. Yeah, so the next video is grievance and arbitration. I'm Big Papita. This was a short video because I want to separate the articles and the sections. I want to make sure that everything is flowing correctly. As I've said, I'm trying to get at least 50 subscribers. So don't be a looky-loo. Hit that subscribe button. If you like it, hit the like button. Most importantly, share. Share this with somebody that you feel would be privy to this information. Okay? That concludes everything.